Negro Manosphere, what's good? O'Shea, what up? Now, this video titled Five Things I Learned from Approaching Over 2,000 Women. Now, some of you may give me the side eye with this video, but between 2008 and 2012, I was involved in the seduction community, and I did a lot of approaching. Now, I don't consider myself a PUA or even back then a PUA, but I did a lot of approaches. And some of you may know or may not know, but I even wrote a free ebook. And most of the approaches, I tracked them through either writing journals known as field reports. Basically, what a field report is, it's where you go out and then the next day or the night you write what happened, how many women you approached, what you did, what transpired that night. I wrote hundreds of those, and then also pictures and videos, and even audio clips, because my digital camera at the time, you could record audio only as well. But those things allowed me to remember a lot of my approaches, a lot of things I did, because sometimes I would approach so many women that I wouldn't remember everything. And so pictures and audios would help me to remember those things. All right. So let's get into it. Number 5. What do I say? Have you ever heard the quote, it's 90% the way you say something and 10% what you say? This is completely true, and you have to start thinking this way. But more importantly, it's 80% nonverbal and 20% verbal. What does that mean? Your body language. It exudes confidence. It exudes aura. It exudes who you are, your presence, okay? With that said, a lot of men place a lot of importance on words, and words really are nothing to women. I mean, yeah, words matter, but a lot of guys lie to women, tell women things that they want to hear just to get in their pants. And what I'm telling you is, it's not what you say, but how you say it. You know, how you say shit. You know, and a lot of people got to understand that your inner confidence is supreme. When you're able to look at a woman, make eye contact, laser eye contact, and she can already tell that, yo, there's something different about this guy. You know, I mean, women have even told me that before they even met me, they saw my confidence, and we never made eye contact. From just one glance, women are very perceptive. They pick up on the vibe. So it's not always what you say, because a lot of guys are, oh, what do I say? What is the pickup line, right? That's why they call it pickup, right? A lot of dudes wonder, yo, what I say to shorty? It's how you say it. This is why if you are direct to a woman, it works, but it's all about your frame. It's all about your, you know, who you are, your mindset, which brings me to number 4, positive mindset, okay? The reason why some of you brothers ain't successful with women is because of your mindset. The mind is one of the most powerful tools that humans have, and with the mind comes thoughts, beliefs, ideas. A lot of guys have negative beliefs about women because of, you know, past experiences, frustration, bitterness, anger, resentment, due to their dealings in the past with women. And what you got to understand is the guys that you see, right? The select men, as Ron Wills will call them, or the Max, as Tariq Nasheed would call them, or the alphas, as my boy Alpha Male Strategies will call them, they understand or have few negative beliefs about women. Why? Because they understand and accept women for whom they are. And once you do that, once you let go of the negativity, your game will go through the roof. At least it did for me at that time. When I first started going out to the field, you know, I got rejected, flaked on, dissed. But, you know, initially I became frustrated. But once I got over that frustration and looked at everything as a building block, as a learning experience, it could have been easy just to throw in the towel and say, screw this. But instead I accepted it and moved on. And I learned from it. I took from all the experiences that I got, and I build upon it, you know. So you can't succumb to the emotions of negativity. You got to learn how to reframe your mind. What do I mean by that? So let's say a girl just dissed you. Instead of dwelling on the girl dissing you, you got to change your mindset and say, you know what? There's another girl coming right up the street. She's badder. Her ass is fatter. Let me holler at her because that might be the one. Okay, not the one, but, you know, she might be the one for right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to look at the game and look at it and say, it is the game, and let it go. Let negativity go. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's not. However, you have to remember, if you encounter negative women or some form of negativity, realize it's not necessarily always you, but sometimes it's their loss, okay? Number 3, stop over-analyzing everything. Look, the reality is this. Sometimes you will approach women, and sometimes women will like you. Sometimes you will approach a woman, sometimes she won't like you. Sometimes you approach a woman, things seem to be going well, then shit goes down south. Sometimes you approach a woman, shit starts off a little rocky, but then things get better. Here's the thing, the biggest mistake a lot of guys make, including myself, is stop over-analyzing everything. What happens is when, you know, you write these field reports, you start to nitpick at every little thing. And what happens is you start to condition yourself as a robot, because now every interaction is dehumanized. You're looking at everything in regards to like a formula, when that's not the case. When you are approaching women, and remind you, I approached a lot of women, not just at the bars and clubs, but that was probably 95 or 98% of them, but also in the street, at the beaches, and even at the malls, okay? But it was primarily night game because of the abundance of beautiful women. But realize that certain women are going to like you for whatever reason that may be. You might approach a woman, and off the jump, she's going to be on your dick. You might approach another woman, and she's just going to blow you, you know, she's just going to tell you to fuck off. You're going to have different reactions. The main important part is don't take it personal, and recognize that it's a numbers game. That's what it is. It's a numbers game. Not every woman is going to feel you. And also, when you approach women, don't approach women just for the sake of approaching. I mean, when I first started, I would approach any and every woman just to get that practice in, because it built comfortability. It built confidence. But there'll come a point where, you know, you'll learn to approach the women that you really like, or the women that you are keen on at the spot, you know. But once again, stop over analyzing everything. Number 2, don't be the thirsty Negro, okay? Yeah, don't be the guy that you see a girl walking by and you're like, yo, shorty, what's up? Yo, shorty, let me holler at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to clap them cheeks. Yo, ma, what's going on? Yo, ma, can I holler at you? Don't be that guy. Yes, sometimes you got to be aggressive, but approaching women is all about being tactful. You got to understand and be able to adapt. For example, approaching a black woman is not going to be the same as approaching a white woman. From personal experience and what works for me, and once again, I'm just saying what works for me, approaching a black woman directly tends to work a lot better compared to a white woman, where you have to be a bit more indirect, okay? Now, you got to be able to adapt. Don't be the thirsty Negro where you're just like, yo, shorty, I'm trying to smash tonight. Women can pick up on your energy. They can pick up on your vibe. They can pick up on that. So when you're desperate, when you're horny, and you're just like, I'm just trying to fuck tonight, and you're just like all out there, women look desperate. You look desperate. I got a quick story for you guys. I remember one time I was at a club, and it was like 3 chicks. And these brothers were trying to holler at these chicks, and they were super thirsty, just all over them. So what I told these chicks on my ear, and they're like, yo, you got to save us. Because, you know, I was talking to them, but unlike those guys, I wasn't thirsty. I wasn't all over these girls. I wasn't aggressive. So the ringleader of the group of those guys And mind you, these were 3 guys to just me. So I was outnumbered, and it was 3 chicks. So the ringleader, I went up to him and said, yo, bro, these chicks are cool, but you got to get them a drink. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't even hesitate. That's how thirsty he was. He bought them a drink, and then he bought me a drink, okay? Thinking, I don't know if he was thinking that was going to get him in or whatnot, but we got the drink, so I'm drinking, and lo and behold, we got the drink, and then we moved out of there, and the girls were all dancing on me, and I ended up getting, you know, the girls' numbers and whatnot. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is don't be the thirsty Negro thinking that if you're buying drinks, if you are making it rain, you're going to get the broad. It's the guy sometimes who's in the cut, who's cool, collective. He's not the thirsty one. He's just laid back, talking to the female with masculine energy. That's the guy who sometimes wins. That's just how the game goes. Number one may surprise a few people, or it may not, but number 1 is a huge one. You're going to get rejected a lot. You're going to get rejected so much that you're going to have to learn how to have tough skin. You know, rejection, the reason why a lot of guys don't succeed with women is because rejection is brutal. It is just brutal. And you're going to have to learn how to have a tough skin. And not only that, but there's going to be times where you're going to feel burned out. Now, look, I don't advise approaching as many women as I did. I would say, you know, even my goal when I used to go out was approaching 3 to 10 women a day. And there would be some nights, true freaking story, where I would approach 100 women a night. Now, some people might say, how the fuck do you approach 100 women a night? That's very easy. You approach a bunch of women with your boy, and you're going to get blown out a lot. Now, some people might say, well, it must be your game, you're whacked. The reality is, listen, you are going to get blown out a lot, especially being you know, in certain environments that don't cater to you, who you are. But, you know, that's the challenge that I embrace. One of the first things that I did to toughen myself and get used to rejection is I would drive to a town known as River Falls, Wisconsin. It was primarily a white town. And the reason I went there was because for a black man, you were approaching blonde white women, and it was tough as fuck. It was very, very hard. You know what I mean? And I would get rejected a lot, or there would be times where I would get a drink. And, you know, I did come up a couple times there. True story. Some crazy shit happened. And I'm not here to brag, but it did happen. But here's what happened. Because I was in Wisconsin for a couple months, you know, just learning how to approach women that were white women that weren't keen on a black man, especially a dark-skinned black man. By the time I went back to my city in Minneapolis, approaching, you know, black women or just regular women who whatnot, it was so much easier because of the fact that I was in such a tough environment that when I approached women in the city, it was a lot easier because my game was a lot more refined and I was used to rejection and I was able to have ways about me. So, you know, it made things a lot better. But here goes the thing, guys. You know, whether you're approaching women in the street, in the club, in the bar, in the field, at the mall, at the beaches, wherever, always remember you are the man, okay? Always remember to have respect for yourself. And always remember, if a girl disses you, don't take it personal. You know, the game sometimes can be cumbersome. It can be tiring. If you feel yourself getting burnt out, like I said, this ain't for everybody, man. I'm not saying guys go approach over 2,000 women. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying that, you know, if you want to fine tune your game, you're going to have to learn the art of approaching. You're just going to, okay? And it's going to be a numbers game. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be that easy. But always remember, guys, that to have fun. And once you stop having fun, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to stop for a while. It's okay to rejuvenate yourself. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's your boy Solo having fun doing this, and I'm out. Peace.